found out that my ungrateful best friend threw a baby shower without inviting me, so I donated all my gifts and blocked her. My friend and I have known each other since nursery. When she got dumped for the first time, I was the one she called. When her father passed away, I helped her with the legal side of the funeral. When an ex stole from her, I took her to the police station and convinced my parents to let her stay with us until a new door was installed. I was also the one who turned up on her door at 2 a.m. when she spontaneously miscarried in her toilet late term despite the lockdowns. I helped her clean up the aftermath. I also stayed with her after she was released from the hospital until he arrived. We were always close, or so I thought. After the virus, she started a new job and hung out with a crowd that I didn't have anything in common with. They are more of a going out and drinking type, so I met her every other weekend, which then turned into every third weekend, and in the end, it became a once-a-month thing. I didn't mind. People grow and get new interests, but she always said that I would be her best friend no matter who else entered her life. Shocked, didn't cover it when I found out she was pregnant and I was the last to know. She told me at the 5-month mark, and only because I asked her due to weight gain. However, I thought the trauma and the fact that I was there last time made her have some negative feelings about telling me, so I put it behind me. I called a few of her new friends when she was 7 months along to arrange a baby shower for her, as she had over the years shared exactly what she had envisioned for it. A number of them replied and said she didn't want a baby shower and that people were going to drop off gifts at her place on a Thursday evening. I phoned her and asked if she really didn't want a baby shower, and she confirmed as much. She told me to just drop off the gifts, and then she asked me if I was still good for paying for the crib and accessories for it as we had agreed upon for her first pregnancy. I said yes. Thursday I dropped off the crib and other stuff, but her mother answered, telling me not to contact her before next week as she wasn't going to be in. I found it odd as at this point she is in her 8th month and should be resting. Then some friends texted me what I was doing Friday evening, and some of them I hadn't been in touch with for a while. On a hunch, I went to her place on Friday evening under the guise of giving her a small gift I had forgotten to give her. Her front door was decorated and there was music playing at her house. I had to bang on the door before someone finally came and opened it. It was her mother again, and she looked bothered by my presence. She asked me what I was doing there and told me my friend was out. I pushed past her and found her sitting in her living room surrounded by her new friend groups and some of our mutual friends too. I turned to her mother who had followed me and said she was here, to which she replied, "Oh, she must have just popped back in. Like, what the F?" So I left. Yesterday I went by her house and she allowed me in and tried to explain that the baby shower was not really my scene, and she tried to spare me from coming to it, and that it was all for my own good. I didn't buy it and kept pushing her, and in the end, she confessed that her new friends weren't very fond of me and they didn't want me to be there. I told her to F off and that I hoped when she lose another baby, her new friends clean up after her and her dead baby. Then I packed the crib and other stuff into my car and drove off. She has been texting me about it since. A few of our mutual friends who were present at the baby shower have phoned me too, but I didn't answer their calls because I felt betrayed. I contacted 2 of the mutual friends who were invited and had a long talk with them, as they left voice and chat messages for me wanting to talk. I felt used, and these 2 mutual friends confirmed as much. The reason the mutual friends had contacted me wondering about my plans was for me to catch on that something was happening without directly telling me, because then they would have to break their word to her. Her new group of friends held it against me that she had canceled plans to go out with them at the last minute to hang out with me when their friendship was new. After the first few times, she always chose them over me as they had more in common. They also seem to be rather immature according to our mutual friends, but they hang out with them as they are okay to be around if you want to have a good time. She's more of a party girl than me, and our mutual friend said she wanted me to stick around so she could call in favors. She had confessed as much to them, calling me the reliable homely aunt for her soon-to-be born baby. She even said that once the baby was older, she could leave this or other babies with me while she would have more time to travel, have her time, and enjoy date nights. Not wanting to believe them blindly, I phoned her, but she was more concerned about the crib and other gifts than wanting to mutually apologize for her behavior. I couldn't believe my mother's reaction when I mentioned the babysitters I preferred them. She said, "Silly, they are not the reliable motherly types." That ticked me off as it felt like she was scolding me like a child. I hung up. She has since left me a few messages wondering when I will come back with the crib, but I blocked her last night. Crib and some clothes have already been given away, and I donated other newborn stuff to the hospital, as there are probably new mothers who would appreciate the help.